Summer League, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are ahead by 6 right now over the Toronto Raptors in the second quarter. We have the Cavs head coach J.B. Bickerstaff here as Grady Dick throws it down. And we're looking at the signings this offseason and some of the moves that the Cavs have made, re-signing Karis LeVert, great, drafting Imani Bates. And I want to focus on Max Strus because we were just covering him, Zeke and I, in the NBA Finals, right? And I look at a guy, durability, availability to the best ability, right? 103 games when you combine regular season and playoffs this year. 2 years ago, he was in Summer League as a guy just trying to make it into this league. What value did you guys see in him, and what he could bring to the table for you?
Well, obviously his ability to put the ball in the basket. And he's not just a guy who's a spot shooter. You know, he's dynamic when he's on the offensive end of the floor with his ability to move and force people to chase him. You know, he's going to give guys some outlets and, you know, take the eyes off some of our ball handlers.
Coach, as you trying to build this team and get it to the next level, you talked about experience. What do you think that your team needs to do to kind of turn the corner? Because you're so close.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it's experience matters. You know it. Like, you don't get where you want to go without taking a whooping first.
Yeah.
Right? There's got to be that big brother, you know, who kind of knocks you down a little bit. You learn from it. You come back fighting. Yeah. That's how you get better. So I think that's what happened to us this year. And I know our guys. I know their character. I know their makeup. And they're in the gym. They're in the weight room right now working to prepare themselves for next year.
You know, I heard you getting interviewed after a couple of the games, speaking of this that you were just talking about. And, you know, it's almost like you know your team and you know the people that you're coaching sometimes better than they know themselves. So how do you pull that out of them to get to the next level without ruffling their feathers a little bit?
Well, we build relationships, and, you know, with our guys, we can be honest, and I think that's what they respect most about us. You know, we tell each other the truth all the time, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And again, we are extremely lucky and blessed to have the character of guys that we have because they want to be great, and they're okay being coached. You know, they let me get on them, they let me get at them, and then they respond. So.
You know, Coach, you mentioned the guys that you get to see every day. But there are a couple of guys that have stood out in your G League, right? When I look at Sharif Cooper with the ball and I look at Isaiah Mobley, what he's done consistently this season. I've seen him a few times and I'm like, oh, I see growth. I see their bodies getting stronger. For those two guys in particular, and maybe Imani Bates, right? What are you looking for them from them in Summer League to evaluate what they can do possibly for the regular season next year?
Just the understanding of what we're trying to do on both ends of the floor. I do think both of those guys are NBA players. They have NBA skill sets. You know, they understand the system offensively and defensively, and they're taking on a leadership role here in Summer League. So it's not just about the development on the court, it's an opportunity for them to develop that leadership as well.
Coach, when you talk about development, I've seen guard play, and you and I are small people. We're not the 6'10", 6'11 guys. But everyone talks about how the big man has improved. But I'm looking at the guard play, and it seems like the guards are getting so much better. They're so skilled. And there's not much separation on each night between, you know, the great guards and the good guards. What have you seen, and what contributes to that development?
I mean, I think the young guys watch guys like you play. You know, they get to see the highlights. They get to see your skill set. And what our guys are, they're great students of the game, and they see what's come before them, and now they're trying to push it to new limits. I think these guards play with a freedom and, you know, a willingness to try some things that sometimes as a coach, you know, you pull your hair out. That's why I'm bald now, right? But you know, they keep you on your edge of your seat. But, you know, they've got a freedom and a carefree about their games where they're out there experimenting, and they get better and better at it, and they're taking it to a new level.
You know, with a guy like Mitchell, when you talk about, you know, experimenting and taking it to a new level, you know, he and Garland in the backcourt, I'm sure there's some nights where they do some things and get ready to pull up for a shot, and you say, no, 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 and then they go switch.
And you go, yeah, good shot.
Yeah.
No, it's the depth that they can shoot the ball with. Like, they step across half court and they're a threat.
J.B. Bickerstaff, kudos to you guys and what you were able to accomplish this season. Thank you for spending some time with us. Your team on a 7-0 run, so you brought some mojo here in the second quarter. We appreciate you.
I like it.
Good luck, Coach.